Hello and welcome to Bowtie Life, where we talk mostly about life in the garden. I'm Bowtie David. We live in Destin, Florida, Zone 9B under the updated maps. And today we are talking about the April 2024 outer garden bed tours. This is the outer beds of the backyard. Someone once asked there in the front and side yard, why don't you plant in your backyard? And, well, we do. But the exciting thing, of course, is this is our 25th month of doing this, which marks the beginning of year number 3. And that's very exciting. Another big deal for this month's garden tours is we are done with wait and see. In other words, we were leaving stuff just to see what would happen. There's not a lot of wait and see in the outer garden bed, but we kind of just let a lot of things go. I still got to do well, we'll get there. Anyway, we got a lot going on. So, yeah, outer beds, comfrey, cantaloupe, luffa, corn, ginger, turmeric, watermelon. We got a lot of stuff going on out here, and that's just the outer beds. Yeah. Oh wait, the ginger and the turmeric, that's not the outer beds, that's the raised beds. Forget I said those two. Anyway, coming up, of course, will be the raised garden tours, and there's new growth there, and that's where the ginger and turmeric is. And other things are growing. Hopefully by the time I start recording it, the beans will be up. We have I planted the beans or not? I don't remember. I believe I did. This is why I like logging everything with videos, and I just realized I don't think I logged it, but I'm not sure if I dreamed it or if I actually did it. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. Be sure to subscribe to Bowtie Life on YouTube if you have not already done so you don't miss a thing. Videos come out on YouTube first. Sometimes they come out a bit later on the, Facebook and Instagram. For those of you who have subscribed, we broke 900. I'm very excited to say. You are my heroes. You have helped make Bowtie Life what it is today. Here we go. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. So some of you know that we, if you watch our videos, we took a few days and went down to Disney World, which is, we're in Destin. It's a 6-hour drive down there, and with the time change, it takes us 7 hours because we lose an hour going down, but we gain an hour coming back, which is very nice. Anyway, we took a couple days, went down, saw the International Flower and Garden Festival for 2024 at Epcot and Disney World. That was very cool. As you can see, we stopped and videoed a lot of the topiaries and displays that they had. It was really amazing. The flowers, oh my goodness, the flowers everywhere. Just very inspiring. It made me come back and plant a whole lot more seeds. We do have a lot of zinnia seeds coming up, and some giant ones thanks to our friends and neighbors, Jack and Anna, and appreciate those seeds. I got a whole lot left over. If you want any of these back, you should come get them. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Oh, I did get those potatoes, those chitty potatoes planted up, and there'll be a video coming out about that soon. But without further ado, I say we get on to it. I do think this is amazing. There's so many blackberry blooms here. This arbor is covered in blackberries, and we're going to have a whole bunch of harvest this year from this arbor. So you can see just tons and tons of flowers, and this is not the biggest concentration. You'll have to watch the raised garden bed tour. Bed number 1 for the raised garden beds is full of them. The pomegranate trees, as you can tell, I have not trimmed the suckers off of them, which I need to get doing. That, but they are going and blowing. They are just shooting out flowers everywhere. Some of these will take, some of these will not, but they will be producing. It looks like more flowers this year. I can see just dozens up in just this little tunnel right up through there. There's a bunch right there all the way up to the top of the tree. We might have a bumper crop this year. We didn't have a very good crop last year. I suspect it was because of the hard freeze the previous Christmas. That was Christmas of 22, and we got down to 18 degrees here Fahrenheit. It's about 6 degrees, I think, minus 6 degrees Celsius. I off the top of my head, I can't remember, but yeah, these pomegranates are going to be going crazy, and we're going to have a decent harvest this year. So the pomegranates are going good. The fountain I have emptied, and we will be doing something more with that. Got a lot of this pokeweed coming up everywhere, and I'm trying to decide if how controlled I'm going to keep it, though I do enjoy having the flowers. You'll notice if I look back at the arbor, I have not mowed through here, and there have been a lot of flowers this year, a lot more than more than ever before. As far as the weeds, I'm looking for a sign, one of those yard signs that says, "We feed the bees with what you call weeds." And if you know where I can get one, let me know, because I'm beginning to feel very strongly about that, and don't feel apologetic for it. But yeah, the blueberries, of course, the blueberries are going strong. We have like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 plants across here. There's another one over here, and then of course there's about half a dozen more on the other side of the fence there. So the blueberries are looking strong. I think we're going to have a very big crop this year. The bees have been all over it, and every single flower. I mean, these clusters are just thick. And it's just very heavy with blueberries, and these things are starting to swell up, and we'll be harvesting these very soon. Take a quick look at the bees, and they're kind of quiet. I'm a little worried. We had a quiet hive before. They had lost their queen. I suspect she migrated away, but we don't have very many bees here. And oh, are those alive? Yes, they are alive. Okay, they're just sitting there watching me. But anyway, so I mentioned Comfrey, and I wanted to show you a little bit about the Comfrey here. I did break up some of that Comfrey over by that pomegranate tree that we'll see at the end, and one of the plants is right here. That's a brand new leaf there, and there's another brand new leaf coming right there. So I think we're going to be getting Comfrey, and lots of it, because I actually planted a piece and I mean, I pulled at the plant, dug as deep as I could to get the roots. Big gnarly roots. Not gnarly, they're big old hunks of root though. And I've just pulled them apart, and they just kind of fell apart. And there's one there, there's one. This one over here is really impressive. I'm walking 2 feet from the beehive. They had big long leaves on them, and the big long leaves of course died, as they should. But look at this, we have brand new leaves just shooting out everywhere. So I'm hoping we can start getting Comfrey, and I've got a few places where we got Comfrey that I'll show you. If I walk past it, I'll holler at me, and I'll shoot it back in there. Anyway, so yeah, Comfrey is a big thing that's going on. And of course, over here by the bee box, I did finally move the bee bath, and I put a turtle bath down there, and I actually have a piece of irrigation that I'm going to actually drop in that turtle bath right there so that it stays full and gets fresh water in it. And of course, you can see on the right of the frame is another little surprise. Yes, if you've watched my videos, you know that I got to work on the Cathedraloupe, and this was quite a bit of work. First off, I had piled the horse muck compost down both sides of it so that I'd have a place to plant seeds. And then of course, today I came in with this wheelbarrow of sand and sand and wood chip that's been sitting in my front yard for about 1.5 years, and we supplemented the mounds on either side here. You can see I kind of dig them in a little bit and kind of mix in the top bit of it. And then after that, first I actually put the irrigation together, which was very exciting to have done. And the most exciting thing about it was that I used every last bit that I had of some of these parts, bits and pieces. So I was trying to do it without buying any more pieces, and I did. Okay, so moving on to the fabric, after I supplemented and got the irrigation working, I slid in the fabric and tucked it underneath the edges of both here. Of course, here you can only see me dragging it down the middle and kind of getting ready. But I did tuck it up underneath the arbor on both sides, and you can see here now that we have holes where there are cantaloupe seed planted, and I am actually planning on putting drips in any of the holes that are not getting watered well. Like that one right there is not getting watered well right now, so I'll probably just put a little 1 foot line into there, put a dribbler, maybe one over here. There are not quite all the sprinkler heads on here yet. This is the west end of the Cathedraloupe. This is the east, I'm sorry, that was the east end. This is the west end of the Cathedraloupe. You can see like over here, I've got a little sprayer actually on this 1/4 inch. Like I said, I was using up pieces. There's 1/2 inch over there, there's 1/2 inch. I used this is the 1/2 inch stuff with the green line on it. So I just kind of used a whole bunch of stuff that I had left over. Very excited to kind of thin that down, and I can intend to do that. I did plant a bunch of more zinnia seeds everywhere through, like around these edges, and no, I didn't put any there. Oh, I put a whole bunch back over on the back side of this, just at the edge of the fabric. So hopefully we'll be getting some more zinnias growing up in here. So the fig trees are doing great. I think last month we actually had some tiny figs showing up, and there's a name for those first little fake figs that come in and don't develop. They generally don't develop, and that's normal. I'm not sure what we have. I just noticed little growth nodes right there. That's another branch. This thing is really developing some good branching, and I like the shape of it. It's got a branch coming off this way, and it's kind of grow parallel to the edge of the Cathedraloupe here. You can see it forks off up there, so it's going to grow over. And this is the north side of the Cathedraloupe, so it will be fine. It's not going to shade out the cantaloupe at all. And of course, this tree is the goblet that has the center spire and 4 branches growing out. And I'm very proud. Oh, I see a crossing branch down here. This one here is going to have to go because it's going to rub right there and it'll cause damage. So I'm going to have to come back out with some cutters and trim a couple of pieces off there. But this thing will start developing figs here pretty soon. I'm very excited to see what this does. It'll be exciting. Down here behind the fig trees, of course, we have our elephant ears. Well, one collection of elephant ears, and we actually have more plants this year. So the big one there is looking strong. I tried harvesting one to see if I could get taro root, and it didn't happen. It didn't develop yet, and I think I may have harvested it too soon, but that's not unusual. I do have some of these little trees right over there on the other side of the beehive, and another one right here that I need to get all this stuff pulled out. And of course, along the back fence, oh, there's an elephant ear right there in the fence. I'm going to do a better job this year of keeping an eye out for dollarweed in this age-old compost pile. I don't see any right now. I think it might be a little bit early, but I don't know. I can't tell if that's a leaf down there at the base or not. It will start coming up really soon if there's any left over there. I did harvest a whole bunch of the air potatoes. Did I say air potatoes? It's the air potato that I'm trying to keep out of here. And I harvested a bunch of them that were growing in the air last year, and you can see here in this bag there, they are growing, they are trying to root. I'm not going to let them, I'm going to let them smother in here, but I think it's interesting to see them try. Back over here, we have our Luffa. Boy, I'm getting everything wrong. This is not Luffa, this is Loquat. This is our Loquat hedge. We've got 5 trees in a row. There's a 6th one down there in a pot, but I did want to show you, like right here. Now, we do have this fig tree that's kind of encroaching on it, and I know that's going to happen. I'm not too worried about it. But we cut this thing off right here when we first planted it, and look, there's a branch growing there. There's a branch growing back over here. There's another branch growing here. There's a branch growing here. What I need to do is I need to train these to come out a little better and start spreading out. So I'm going to try doing some branch training here and stick those down, or put a little clothespin in there to hold that thing out so it grows out instead of straight up like it's doing. So we'll have to train this one a little bit. The next one here you can see, and this is the one that was the biggest when we planted it, but it's got all kinds of branching going on here. We did not, oh yes, we did clip the top of this. We clipped the top right there. So it has a branch there and a branch there now. It looks like there's another one maybe trying to come out there. The three that were down here are looking really good, branching out. I'm gonna have to do some training on these branches. Again, here's another one. And this is a perfect example, folks, of what happens. You know, we talk about trimming basil, trimming pepper plants to make them bushier. Well, see, it was going to grow a straight thing, and there's a cutoff point right there. Got my finger on the cut at an angle. Now 2 branches are taking over. And I'm going to start taking these branches and training them outward. There should be a third one. Maybe there will be a third one. I don't see a third one right now, but I'm hoping there will be. And we'll just keep doing that until these things become a hedge. Now this next one is really looking good. This is my pride and joy. Number 4. Here, we cut it right there. There's a branch there, a branch there. We go down just a little bit. There's a branch there, and there's a branch there, branch there, branch there, branch there. And now some of these, 1 or 2 of these, probably 3 of these lower ones I'll have to trim off. But these others I will train to grow outward. So that's exciting to see. There's a whole bunch of them down there. And of course the last one down here is looking good. I did do a trim here. Interestingly enough, it only did 1 branch. That's interesting. So I have to find out, maybe I can do another trim on that. This one over here grew up as a double stem, and I haven't planted it yet. So we'll have to see if I need it. I don't think I will. It's not getting watered right now. I just realized it's up in that pot, and there's no irrigation going to it. If I want it to survive, I better do something with it. So right next to the loquat hedge, we have our lemon trees coming. And these are the lemon trees that survived the freeze of Christmas 2022 at 18 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm calling it -6 degrees Celsius. And it was cold. We lost a lot that year. And interestingly enough, several of the branches that grew last year have died. So I don't know if this thing will make it or not. I'm a little disappointed in that. We'll have to see. Okay, so next to this, we have the watermelon patch. And I've talked about this. I said I was going to expand this. You can see here in this little short video, I put compost down in piles. There are 11 piles in here, and then I supplemented it with sand. So it's about half compost, half sand. I kind of mixed it all together, just roughly. Covered them with the fabric and did holes in the top. And now you can see we actually have watermelon growing in every single one of the 11 mounds. And I'm very excited. This is the first time I've been able to announce that. I thought I only had 10 just this morning. I didn't think that one took, but obviously it's taking. And so the watermelon patch is going. I know my neighbor back here has a few watermelon. He's considering putting a couple more down there. I believe he's got 4 growing on his side of the fence. We're gonna have a lot of watermelon this year. It's very exciting. You'll see I've kind of got this path outlined with a rough line of bricks. I'm gonna have to put more weights down on top of this fabric. There's a place over there where the fabric is folded back a little bit due to all our wind. We've had some really rough wind. And so, yeah, we're gonna have watermelon this year. I am very excited about that. Look at that one right there. Looks like 4 plants coming out of the one hole. Probably gonna have to thin something there. No. This is one more that doesn't have one growing yet. So it was hidden by the mint plant. the one here doesn't have anything growing. If nothing grows here in the next few days, the little irrigation got popped out, so I wasn't surprised that it didn't grow. I did just increase irrigation to every other day, and I'll put some more. I have some more seeds that I can stick in there if I need to, so that's not a problem. Brown turkey fig tree is looking good, and it's starting to grow its leaves out. We're gonna just kind of let this thing go this year. It's looking beautiful. I might, let's see, I'm looking here. Oh, we have a branch there, and a branch there. That's actually looking pretty good. Oh, and look under here. There's a little branch right underneath here. You can barely see it. And so that's the four main structure of the tree. 4 branches that'll be the main structure of the tree. I wonder if I can pop off this leaf and give that thing more space. You know what? Nope, it's not gonna come off easy. I might come back with cutters and just cut off that leaf so this one branch coming to the south can grow out. So it'll have a 4-branch goblet shape with a center leader going up to a possible second set of branches. That'll be cool. So that's looking beautiful. Next, of course, we have the Luffa trellis. This thing hopefully will be covered with loofah gourds this year. It's 2 16-foot cattle panel trellises. I've been talking about this for over a year, and looky here, we actually have loofah gourd plants growing. Isn't that exciting? There's 5 of them, 1 at each post, and that one over there actually has 2 at that post. I may just let it go for the fun of it, just to see what's happening. And of course, we have some poke salad, I think, right there in the right corner. But we also have zinnias popping up here, which is also very exciting. I did plant a lot more zinnia seeds throughout here when I did the extra seeds for the Cathedraloupe earlier. There's that double loofah coming up, and of course there's some more zinnias coming up there. That's exciting too. The jasmine has fallen again. I have got to get a better growth method for this thing. We have had a lot of wind, but the jasmine is flowering, and it's caught on my foot. There we go. The jasmine, oh my goodness, I just got a whiff of it. Oh, that is beautiful smelling. Yeah, the jasmine is fully flowering, looking amazing. And of course, I still haven't cleaned off all the growth from the old stump that we've sort of left here in memory of the tree. Now, past the wood pile, of course, here is another exciting bed. I've been talking about this one for a while. How long ago did I create this bed? And of course, here you can see what it looked like before I started doing things. And I came in here and I was very meticulous with this. This is the corn patch, folks. I was very meticulous. I put up stakes. I laid string lines to make sure my rows were straight. Look at this. I even have a tape measure on the ground so I can make sure the instructions said plant the seeds every 4 to 6 inches, then thin them to one plant every 8 inches, and I'm intending to do that. I'm going to do this one right. And on the other side, well, anyway, so yeah, and here it is now. Just kind of get an idea. There's a row there, and then there's a footpath in a row here. And I haven't done a lot to this. What's going to happen here as they grow, I will be able to hill up on each row, because I'll just take a lot of this stuff from the walkways and mound them up on the corn plants. My neighbor also has planted some corn rows over here. He's got 3 8 to 12 foot rows. I have 4, I think 14-foot rows. So hopefully we can get corn this year. We're both kind of excited about it. It would be wonderful to have corn finally successful. And of course we have a mint plant that's down here being taken over by our famous ivy. Try to rescue that. I think this might be, I can't remember. I think that's chocolate mint. This used to be our peppermint. I may have to go buy another peppermint plant just to make sure I have actual peppermint. There is a lemon tree in the back over there that is surviving, along with the lemon tree that's surviving up inside here, down behind that big pot. But the pomegranate trees here, we've lost a big chunk of that. back there. Now I had one in the front yard. I cut out the old stuff and the new one just thrived. And I had another one that everything died. So we'll have to see what happens when I cut out that one dead piece in the back there eventually. This pomegranate tree is going, and I mean, look at the flowers. This thing, I'm not sure I've ever seen this many flowers. This will be the 3rd year, but there are a ton, absolute ton of flowers on this tree. That one over there is developing them over there by the compost. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens this year. Pomegranates. Well, we shall see. We had one good year, our first year living here. Last year wasn't so great, again, because of the freeze. Down here, some of you may recognize the Comfrey. This is a Comfrey plant on this side. This is the west side of this tree. There was another over on the east side. That's the one I actually dug out. Oh, thorn. I dug out way over here, and there's actually one little piece left back there. We'll have to see if that'll be enough to get it going. That big pot right there is the rosemary pot that's been pushed over by the pomegranate tree. And the rosemary, this is the rosemary that came with the property, growing just as strong as ever. So yeah, I've grown several new plants off of this. I'll probably grow a few more new ones off of this. It's been a wonderful tree. I've trimmed it back, not hard enough, but I can trim it back harder this next winter if I think about it. Beautiful rosemary plant. A few empty pots in here. There's aloe in here. This one is just covered in weeds. So this is the one that underneath the weeds is the lemon tree that we are nursing back to health. And this thing grew back to health covered by grass and weeds. And so I've been letting it live under the grass and weeds, and it thrives. And it seems to thrive, and then it grows up. None of the branches died on this over the previous years, from the previous year's growth, like the other lemon tree over by the Loquat hedge did. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. So I've been letting these weeds kind of grow up and kind of keep them in check. They're beautiful flowers anyway, so live and let live, right? There is another, no way. Is this another lemon tree coming back up here? So this was the lemon tree that was in ground, sure enough. Now it's growing from the rootstock. I don't know if this was a grafted tree or not, but it is trying to grow back. I suspect this was not grafted because I know the previous owner would take a cutting, stick it in a big old chunk of aloe and shove it in the ground and just see what happens. And most of the time they would grow. Now, that's not crazy, but it works. Talk about, gardening your own way. Do it your own way. We live on this little piece of property, 1/4 acre, 106 by 100 foot property. We've grown a lot on here. You don't have to have 100 acres to grow a farm, grow your food, people. It's very easy. I do want to show you this. Now I had a flower. Is it still over there? No, it's already dead, but this is the Dietes tricolor. It's going to be beautiful. I've got to get in here and break this up so it doesn't kill itself out in that pot. It has completely filled that pot, and grass needs to be broken up every once in a while and spread around. So I'll probably break this up into 4 or 5 pieces, leave one piece in the pot so it can grow again, and spread the other ones around. I wonder what this is. That's not the Biden's out. Oh, it's got berries on it. I don't know what this is. So my identification app says it's some kind of a common nightshade. Solanum americanum nightshade. Interesting. I don't remember seeing this, but I probably did. All kinds of new stuff growing this year. This is our spearmint. There's a big old thing of chocolate mint right there. Still have a whole bunch of those loquat trees in solo cups. Managed to give one away. And if you want one, you're here local, let me know. I'll arrange it. Final look is our compost. We actually started recording a video on breaking out the compost, and this beautiful stuff. In fact, I want to show you. Let's just take this fork up here. I want to show you what I have here. I took a lot of the stuff off the top and I made a pile over here. This is where I'm piling compost now. It will go back into there when all this stuff is done. I'm still supplementing beds, but if I turn this over, you can see this stuff is beautiful. It's been here for a year. I've been adding lawn clippings, leaves, kitchen scraps, all kinds of stuff to this, and it looks beautiful. I think smells beautiful. Lots of life in there as far as bugs and insects. Every time I flip these things over, lizards will come and watch because they know there's going to be bugs coming out of there. It's a little cool right now. There's not much going on, but yeah, that's the compost. Oh, you know something I haven't updated on, the palm in the corner back there. It's been I trimmed it last year and it hadn't gone very far, so I think I'm going to have some mercy and not totally rip it out yet. Is there anyone else out there that just doesn't know what to do with their hands sometimes? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for following along today. Those of you who have subscribed, you're my heroes. Be sure to subscribe. You've subscribed to Bowtie Life on YouTube, and you helped make life, Bowtie Life, what it is today. I am tired. I did the Cathedraloupe today. Also, what else did I do today? I can't remember. It's been a busy day. I am kind of beaten. I still have a lot to do. But anyway, so we are working on growing our channel to the next level. And once we get to that point, we'll be able to do so much more. For those of you just finding us, this is my own personal journal. I use this thing all the time to figure out what happened last year or the year before. This will be the third year now. And so for 3 years, I'll have these journals. With my ADD brain, I've tried journaling, I've tried photography, I've tried the little apps on the phone, I've tried a lot of ways, and these videos really speak to me in a way that nothing else has, and kind of keeps my unique brain going. So be sure to subscribe to Bowtie Life on YouTube so you don't miss a thing happening in the garden as I document all the important events that are going on. Another way you can help, of course, is to click the thumbs up on this video if you thought it was helpful, and be sure to share this on your social media with your friends that might be excited about getting their gardens growing this year. We are down here in the south. I know some of you people up north are just getting things going and just getting your seeds going, and oh, it's so refreshing to be able to get this far. Like I said before, we do have the raised garden bed tour coming up, and there's something amazing in bed number 1 that's just blows everyone that sees it away. So we're going to have a bumper crop. I have a weird plant dying, a plant that I think it's weird that it's dying. Can't figure that out. So anyway, be sure to subscribe, like I said, so you don't miss the next part. We do have, what did I have coming up? We got that potato growing. We got the next part of the garden tour, part 3 of the raised beds. And yeah, other stuff, we try to keep stuff coming out. I try to do 2 videos every 3 days. 1 short, 1 regular video, and then a day off. It's just me, folks, doing as much as I can, and so kind of have a unique situation where I do have a little bit more time than probably most people. So I'm trying to share as much as I can. Thanks for following along. Y'all have a blessed day.